Madam, when I'm finished, you go make sure say at least you dey recharge 1,000 naira per month.
Why go dey recharge every month again? No be money up to dey use light for free. I don't pay you so.
Hello?
Oga Frank.
Wetin una dey do there?
Na electrician o, Oga Frank. He just dey help me adjust my meter.
You get one dream wey I dream last night.
Which kind dream be that?
I see person pack in load, begin waka go prison.
Just like that?
Yes o.
The person mumu. I didn't swear for am.
Na you, na I see for the dream.
Me?
Yes.
Call for.
You know not say na offense the two of una dey commit so.
Oga Frank, bone that thing. Everybody dey do am.
I know they do am. And if dem gbab you, na rope. Na they go take measure your prison sentence.
How person go come do now? The meter too dey reach.
No dey waste light. If you wan comot or you dey house, switch off anything wey you know dey use. And if you dey charge phone wey you come full, comot am for light. You go see say your card go dey last. Yes.
Okay, I go try am. Thank you.
This message is from the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, with the support of MacArthur Foundation.
How much is it last, Blulus?
Madam, you no be stranger for where I dey. 1,000 naira dey too small. You add something.
Okay. When you finish with the work, I go add 200 naira with your money.
I agree. They make you not tell anybody for area say na 1,200 for you.
I don't hear.
Why are they cost you?
Give me the wire, I beg.
Madam, wetin you gonna do for our area?
Oga Frank, I'm alive spoil o. Now I say make Bulus call me connect am for my neighbor side. As NEPA no gree connect me.
E be like say to go prison, they hungry the two of una.
Why I go prison?
You for keeping stolen cables and you for buying it. It is an offense to vandalize power installations. The people wey give you this wire, you know where they get them. And you won't buy them. You know whether na still they go steal them.
Not true.
You know say na the people where they steal NEPA cables and destroying power installation. Now they make way lights no the day sometimes.
You mean that?
As a consumer, it is your duty to immediately report any tampering or vandalization of power installations. If you keep quiet, now all of us go suffer am.
This message is from the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, with the support of MacArthur Foundation.
Welcome. If you are just tuning in, yes, you are right on time. You're listening and watching Human Rights Radio and Television, and today is another exciting edition with the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, and we have a representative here with us in the person of Bridget Etim. You're welcome.
Thank you, and good morning, everyone.
Thank you so much for taking out time every Monday to come and educate us on our rights as consumers and how to go about issues centering around electricity. We appreciate you for always coming through for us.
Thank you. It will always be my delight to do that.
All right. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about billing and other electricity issues bothering consumers. And a lot of people have a lot of questions, consumers have questions, raising in their minds, and they would want to know how electricity bill seems to, my electricity bill seems to, incorrect. What should I do? Like if the electricity bill is not correctly billed,
okay,
what should they do?
Okay, as a commission, one of the issues that often come to us as complaints are the issues of billing. Consumers who complain to you about overbilling and what they have different names. It all depends on how they feel. So if your electricity bill seems incorrect, what you have a right to contest that bill. And if you feel there are discrepancies around the bill, how this thing happens is maybe when September, maybe previously in July, you were getting, let's say, 10,000, and then all of a sudden you now saw that the bill has changed, probably maybe to 20,000 or even more than that. So you feel that the bill is incorrect, or maybe previously you are assigned on a particular cap or the tariff, and then all of those kind of discrepancies, you have the right to contest such bill. And you have to do that by visiting the nearest business units in your area, or what you call the customer complaint unit, to file in a complaint. Because why we say that is we don't like a situation whereby consumers will just go and make complaint verbally. Always ensure that you do that in writing. So if you feel that your bill is incorrect, what you need to do is to contest that bill, and then you write a complaint.
All right. So another question again that consumers would want to ask is, what is the process to resolve discrepancy?
Okay, the process is when you file in that complaint, the nearest business unit, the business unit or the distribution company has an obligation to investigate and reconcile disputed bills. If you are dissatisfied with that process, you can actually escalate it to the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission.
Okay. Okay. So what if, as a consumer, I have been overbilled? Yes. Do I have the right to refund?
Oh, yes. As a consumer, if you discover that is after the investigation of the previous complaints you've made, and it is established that you have been overbilled, the regulation that is setting up Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, which is the direct sector regulator of this distribution company, requires that the consumer gets refund of overbilling once it is established. And even the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Law also require remedy when consumers are exploited in any form.
Okay, so just to be clear, how and when do I get my refund?
Okay, refunds actually are supposed to reflect in the next billing cycle.
Okay.
For instance, if it is established in August that you have been overbilled, the next billing cycle, which is the one that will come to you in September, it should reflect the overbill refund should reflect in the next bill that they're going to give to you, and that should come as a credit.
Okay. Yes, it will come as energy as to cash.
Yeah.
What if I'll prefer cash?
Well, the regulation, because you are still their customer, I think it's even safer and easier for you to get, units in energy. And, the beauty is that has to reflect. It has to be clearly communicated to you that this is the excess, the excess of what you were overcharged previously. Such explanations need to be provided to the consumer.
Okay, so more questions. When an estimated bill is, disputable or crazy, what are my rights?
Okay, as a consumer, you actually complain about a disputed bill to the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission. But the right you have around that is that, like we said earlier, you have the right to contest that bill. And when you contest that bill, what you should do is to withhold the amount that you're contesting, but you should go ahead to pay the previously uncontested bill. For instance, if you were paying 5,000 naira, and then all of a sudden your bill went up to 10,000 naira.
Okay.
While you have complained and you are awaiting the resolution process, what you should do is to go ahead and pay the 5,000 naira that is uncontested.
Okay. What if after paying the 5,000 naira and then they still insist that I'm supposed to pay 10,000 and then they cut me off?
No, they will not do that. Taking, until the outcome of the reconciliation process, until there is a resolution.
Okay.
And that resolution is not just done, without you, the complainant. So you will be carried along. You will be informed that this is the process. And the beauty of the whole of this thing is that as a consumer, Every step of paying your bill has a regulation that is provided. And when you're complaining about overbilling, actually, it is required that your bills will be and the tariff alongside the VATs. So that's resolution process will consider all of those regulations.
Of course, your favorite program every Monday, 11 a.m. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC. Yes, we bring you, educational talk concerning our electricity and how to go about it and know your rights. Very important as a consumer or a customer rather.
Yeah, we see them as as consumers, but those businesses see them as customers.
All right. And then we have Mrs. Bridget Etim in the studio educating us and letting us know our rights as consumers and customers. All right. Okay, and today we've been talking about billing and other electricity issues bothering consumers. Okay, and this program is supported by MacArthur Foundation. All right, more questions coming your way, Bridget. So now, how do I enforce my right when an estimated bill is, disputable or crazy? What are my rights? How do I contest my rights?
Okay, you actually do that by reaching out to the nearest business unit and complain to them in writing. Once you do that and then you are dissatisfied, you can always reach out to the direct sector regulator, which is Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, or better still, reach out to the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. Okay.
All right. Another question. What is planned interruption of electricity supply?
Okay, a lot of times we've been saying it on this platform. This occurs when electricity supply is interrupted in order to undertake a pre-planned maintenance, upgrade, and connections. And this has to be, come by way of information by the distribution company, because they know that they will need to carry out, some form of maintenance. Okay. So they will need to inform consumers.
All right. So now, as a customer, should I be informed or not notified before a planned power eruption?
Oh yes, I've partly answered. Yes, you have a right, to be notified. NEC Customer Service, standard regulation provide that consumers must be given 3 days prior notice of planned power interruptions.
Okay.
Because it is planned, about it, and this is to enable the consumers to plan, ahead. You don't want to just stock in food stuff in your refrigerator and then lights does you don't see lights. So when you are having a planned maintenance, the regulation provides that 3 days is given to consumers.
Okay, so are there unplanned interruption of power supply? Since we have planned, planned interruption,
Yes, yes, there are unplanned, power interruptions. Yeah. And these unplanned power interruptions are for various reasons, including major faults, load shedding, and unforeseen circumstances.
Okay.
So we have planned, we have unplanned interruptions of supply.
Okay, so now what are my rights with unplanned power interruption?
As the name, implies, it has to do with unforeseen circumstances. Yeah. So there are no clear established rights when the interruption is unplanned and beyond the control of the distribution company. However, distribution company are obligated to work quickly to restore supply.
Okay.
It is a situation whereby you don't plan. Anything you don't plan is unforeseen.
Yeah.
So, but the DISCO have an obligation to ensure that they restore the supply as fast as quickly as possible.
What if they don't restore it as quickly as possible? And like you said, the things I have in my refrigerator just get spoiled and all.
For that one is unplanned.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It can be something beyond. We've been experiencing it when it comes to the national collapse. Power grid collapse. We've experienced some of those things. But most of the time, I don't want to speak for the DISCOs because we are also consumers. Yeah. We know actually what we face. But if it is something that it is actually unplanned, it collapsed.
Yeah.
So most of the time, they usually will work very fast to ensure that the supply returns.
Okay. All right. I have asked questions that I think are important and relevant to you and I, but I do not know all the questions that you have in mind to ask. This is a platform for you to call in and ask your questions. Or Bridget, do you want to say more? Do you want to educate us more? Or should we open the phone lines for them to call and, lay their complaints?
Oh yeah, we can do both.
Okay,
we can do both.
Okay.
Like when I need to emphasize on even the issue of our consumers even having a responsibility around checking their bills whenever it comes, because if you don't even read your bills, and you won't even know about some of these things that we have just said. Some of these questions are questions that so many people who take out time to go through their bills will want to ask. But if you don't even look at your bill, you won't even know.
Yeah.
So the consumers have a responsibility to ensure that as their bills come in, as their bills come in month by month, they look at it and ensure that the bill is coming the way it should be. And what are they supposed to check when their bills come? They are supposed to check the cap. They're supposed to check the tariff they are being assigned to. They are supposed to check their feeder and all of those information. And if they don't even understand anything around the bill, they have a responsibility to visit the nearest business unit and ask question. Can you explain to me interpret to me what is on this bill? What do you mean by me being assigned to, for instance, tariff band A? Why am I given this cap? All of these questions. And you can even compare it. For instance, you can if your bill you have the last bill that was given to you probably maybe was in August. You can compare it with the one that will be given to you in September. Then that will now give you the opportunity, the information to know whether you are billed according to how you're supposed to be billed. It will give you the opportunity to know whether you are overcharged, overbilled, or you are given a crazy bill. But if you just leave without even checking, playing your own part, you just become a consumer who is not informed. The consumer who does not even know whatever it is happening about the services he or she is paying. So consumers have a duty to check. And then, let me even use this opportunity, since we're talking about billing, to tell you that even as consumers, you have different classes of tariff. You have tariff, and the tariff are given to you according to the supply that you are expected to be getting on a daily basis. You have tariff band A to E. When you are assigned on tariff band A, you are expected to be getting a minimum supply of 20 hours on a daily basis.
Okay.
And when you're you're assigned on tariff band B, you are expected to be given a minimum supply of 16 hours on a daily basis. And if you are assigned on tariff band C, you are expected to be given a minimum supply of 12 hours on a daily basis. And band D, you are expected to be given a minimum supply of 8 hours on a daily basis. While band E, you are expected to be given a minimum supply of 4 hours. And your duty is to check and keep tab. There was a particular program we attended. I was so surprised that these consumers are so knowledgeable that they kept record of the kind of supply they are getting.
Wow.
And they said they have read and saw that if you are not getting the required supply that you're supposed to be getting on a daily basis, the regulation requires that you are downgraded. And that is the provision. If, for instance, you are assigned on a tariff band A and then you are getting a supply of tariff band C, you have a duty to protest.
Okay, some people would have tariff band instead of tariff band A, they get tariff band D or
supply,
and then they pay the amount for tariff band A.
Yes.
Oh, no.
So you have the right to protest your tariff class.
Yes, very important.
Yes. So consumers should know you have a right to protest. And then how you do that is by keeping tab. You know, because when we even the distribution company does not have automated system according to them, which is something that we know that they are automatically they are supposed to downgrade the consumers without even making complaint if they know that they are not meeting up with supply as provided by the regulation. But you know, as consumers, you know why we're coming on this platform to do what we're doing is to empower consumers to play their own part, to ensure that they keep tab on whatever services they are getting. You know, you can't just stay docile and not do something. Keep tab. I was so amazed and impressed with the consumer I was telling you. He gave a detailed analysis for 4 months.
Wow. That means he was comparing with other bills.
No. I'm talking about the tariff classification.
Okay,
you know, that one, you are expected to be getting, like I said, if you are on tariff band A, you are expected to be getting a minimum supply of 20 hours. Okay. And then he was not, and then this total supply, total number of hours that you're supposed to get, it is not like you're supposed to get maybe, let's say, from morning to night 20 hours. It can be like 10 hours maybe in the daytime, and then maybe in the night, you know, just 10 hours. You know, sometimes some consumers will say, oh, they work, they don't stay at home, so they are unable to do that. But we know at weekends, if you are getting supply of electricity, even when you go out and you return back, for instance, if you have a refrigerator, you will know that there is light. You will notice. So somehow we're not saying that consumers must sit down, you know, as if they don't have any other job to do, but you have a responsibility. If you don't have the time, you can check it weekend, you know, so that you won't be shortchanged in any form by the distribution company, and you have a right to protest that you're not getting supply as it is being provided on the particular tariff that you have been assigned. Because you know, consumers actually do not have they are not at liberty to choose a particular tariff they are assigned to. The tariff consumers are assigned to is based on the assessment that was done by the DISCO according to the infrastructure that is available in a particular location. So that's why it is not the same community don't have the same tariff. You understand? You can see that some communities that have very good infrastructures are the ones that are able to enjoy some of this, you know, tariff band they are assigned with.
So it depends on your
location. Yes, it all that's why you might see that some places have assigned on a particular tariff, some are not. So and the essence is consumers shouldn't pay. If you're not, you shouldn't be paying for darkness. You should just be paying for what you are getting.
True that. Very important.
Yes.
All right, if you have questions and complaints, you're free to, you know, lay your complaint on this platform. But before we open the phone lines, if you are just joining us and you want to know what we're talking about, yes, this is Human Rights Radio and Television, and we have been talking with Bridget Etim from Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, and today we're talking about billing and other electricity issues bothering consumers. And yes, we asked a few questions, including this one that says, my electricity bill seems incorrect, what should I do? We asked different questions and she answered earlier. We cannot go back to answering them again, and so sorry you've missed that part. But you can also lay your complaint on this platform. Call us on 081 88 89 1011, 081 88 89 1011, and lay your complaint. She's going to attend to you and give you the necessary information that you will need. We have our first caller. Hello, good morning to you. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, good morning, ma.
Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Sonny. I'm calling from Guarepa.
Sonny, you're welcome.
I want to ask about your colleague that used to answer this program, because that is the purpose of it. There's a lot of high I've got the man. I hope it's well.
She's doing fine, thank you for asking.
Hello?
Can you hear me? She's doing fine, Sonny. Thank you for asking.
Okay.
All right.
Actually, the experience I had with Italy when I went to procure the meter, just what I want to share. First of all, I went there to get meter. The first day I went there, they now refer me to go and download the form. I got the first day. Take it to the second day. And I started to go and get the ID card, then see router and the rest of that. I go back. Come the third day, they refer me to Lecan. I went to Lecan. They requested for 5,000, apart from 3,000. Yeah, they say Lecan 5,000 plus other money. Then Lecan came to our house, went back. Now time to pay. They say wait until Friday. So they're back and forth, going up and down, and this is something that is almost 70,000. So I have to say that really the way of getting this dependent is very, very stressful. With somebody that earn money, why is it like that now? Can't they get media for people? And for that, you are still one that will be paid to do imagine it. And secondly, the house I have where I rent out the tenant, put their spoil. They say they need to change it. Okay, I tell the tenant, tell them contribute money and go and get to know what. Going there, they say no, they will not collect the money, they want to rectify the old one. It has been going up and down, back and forth, front and back. Not just get time with all this. So I want to ask them down there, why can't they make this thing easy for people now? The stress of going to get a is even too much. They say, wait, it's not available, come today, come tomorrow, and all that. So one is even getting tired of all this. That's what I want to share with the market. That's where to go now. The money is there, but the meter is not being given out.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
All right, thank you. You heard something.
Oh yes, I wanted to correct him because I don't work for the Abuja distribution company. He was saying their staff. I work for the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. I'm actually sorry about your experience. You know, with meter, the consumers have two ways they can access meter. It is either through the national mass metering, which is free, but as it is today, is on suspension. And they've suspended that process, but what is available is the meter asset providers, where consumers will need to pay money before they will be metered. And you know, the regulation actually provides that once consumers make payment, they are supposed to be metered within 10 working days. But as it is, I can see that he's struggling. What I will advise Mr. Sonny from Gwarimpa to do is to reach out to us after this program so that we'll be able to guide him appropriately on the next line of action. And he can reach out to us on our electricity dedicated phone number, either by sending us SMS or WhatsApp. And he had to do that maybe after the program. The number to reach out to us is 081 19 87 7785.
Okay. We have another caller. Hello. All right, we lost that call. You're free to call us 08188891011. This is your favorite program with the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, the Prosumers Forum, and we have FCCPC here, a representative of FCCPC in the studio. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
This is Christopher. I'm calling.
Christopher and Kem, you're welcome on the program.
Thank you. My regard to be the active on the studio.
Thank you, Mr. Chris.
There is something you normally mention every time at this tariff band. And we discover that there are different types, different bands, as you said. And some non-customer can be able to decide on which band he will belong to. I think that is what you said the other time.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
No customer can decide on which band he will belong to. And on this band, there are some people that are having life more than others. Does it mean that some are having 8 hours life, some are having 11 hours? Why can't they make it so that both all the whole band can be able to be having the same opportunity to have the same life? Does it mean that there is a special thing that separated the band I want to understand that because I'm always confused whenever you say this ban, this ban, this ban. It's discovered that some bans are having life more than others. And we are one Nigeria. I want to understand. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Christopher and Kem, for your question.
Okay, I explained earlier. I told him, I said the consumers didn't even have the right, the opportunity to even choose a particular tariff they will be assigned to. This is because the tariff ban classification was done based on an assessment of the infrastructure that is available to different locations. And it is in a further way to protect consumers, to ensure that consumers are not being exploited, and that if consumers are getting a good supply of electricity, they should pay more tariff. Because if you're on tariff band A, you're actually paying more, and likewise if you're on tariff band B, C, band B, C. Actually, the D and E are what you call the frozen band. Okay. When they review the tariff, band D and E were not even reviewed upward, and it's still the same way. If you look at your bill, if you are an unmetered consumer, if you look at and you want to draw a comparison with somebody who is on tariff band A and you that is on band E or D, you will see that the tariff the consumer on band D and E is paying is lower than what you are paying. And Nkem was trying to say that how you don't know, you won't be able to identify. That's why I said that consumers have a responsibility to look at their bills that they are being given. Even as consumers who are metered, when you make payment, you will be able to even get to know how much. If you print out a receipt, you will see the tariff class you are. Okay. So it is if it is not even provided, assuming it is not provided, but I've seen that those information are usually provided on the bills. Most of the bills I've seen around the distribution companies have this information, because the Commission has advocated that billing, because it is one of the consumer right, actually, transparency in billing, and we have advocated severally that all that is required, or all that makes up a consumer bill should be, written clearly on the bills that the consumers are given. Yeah. So if a consumer does not even understand his or her tariff ban, the consumer has the duty to visit the nearest business unit to demand for such information, if you can point it on your bill.
I think from what Nkem was trying to say, I had the question earlier, but I think at some point I forgot to ask, is why do we have people enjoying more electricity than the other? Is it not possible? Is there not? Can't nothing be done to make sure that everybody enjoy the same hour of electricity? Like people in band A have 20 hours of electricity. Band B, I think 16.
That's what I've said. I said it is based on the infrastructure. You understand? Yes. It's the infrastructure that is available. Yes, you understand. It's based on the infrastructure that is available in this location. Like I told you, electricity. We'll look at the transformers and the transmission equipment, all of those technical stuff that are available. Like I said it is based on an assessment that was done. So such that if there's not going to be the infrastructure will not be able to carry the kind of supply of electricity. If you know that there are in certain areas they have to even do load shedding. They shed the load because the transformer that is in that locality cannot supply everyone. So it is based on those kind of assessment, that is done, that's provided this tariff band classification. And I also want consumers to know that. And the Commission has been, trying its best to ensure that consumers are not actually paying for what they did not consume. And if they are not, before now, whether you are getting electricity, all the consumers, the metered one and the unmetered, everybody was on the same tariff. So it is in the wisdom of the electricity stakeholders, that they came up with this, because a lot of consumers have felt so exploited in the industry. So a lot of measures have been coming up to ensure that consumers are paying for only what they consume. And if in a particular area, the complaint, like Inkem has rightly pointed out, to say that some people are enjoying more. So those people that are enjoying more supply are paying more. So that is the idea behind that.
All right. Okay, let's see. We have another caller. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello?
Hello, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Good morning.
Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, my name is Chooks. I'm calling from Asaba.
All right, Chooks. You're calling from
Asaba.
Asaba.
Yes.
All right, you're welcome, Chooks. So what's your complaint?
Okay, I came into the country less than 3
Hello?
weeks ago, and I had
All right, this is Prosumer's Forum. Chooks is not the Brekete Family Program. The Brekete Family Program, if you want to reach the ordinary president, call in tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. This is another program, Prosumer's Forum, with the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. Okay, let's see, we have another caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning to you.
Morning, this is Christopher calling back.
Christopher, you're welcome back.
Thank you. I really understand the biggest issue this morning.
Okay.
And as any person that, indirectly, any person that wants to enjoy light has to go to the place that are qualified. Now I understand it, because with explanation now, there are some, it's according to the structures of the building in that area that they will have the supply. And now, people that are not be able to live in those areas, you see sometimes they will bring bill without people that don't have, that have a estimated bill. They will bring it 15,000 naira for one particular place. Like me, I've been here. Sometimes, and our transformer is also 33 kVA, 33. So I think we're supposed to be enjoying life based on the kind of transformer I have, and based on the kind of bill they are bringing to us. If you are not living in those type of skyscrapers, and we are living in two bedroom, one bedroom, we at least we're supposed to enjoy life too, even at our own tariff. So we are not seeing light. That is our problem. If we will not have it 24 hours, if we are having 9 hours, let's have this 9 hours. If we are having 8 hours, let's have it 8 hours. Now we cannot even enjoy 1 hour life uninterrupted. It's not possible in this day as a whole. So that is where I'm having issue now. What do we do? Thank you.
All right. So Christopher, what Bridget was saying earlier about the band classification, it's not about the buildings or the infrastructure that is in a particular area. What she meant is, the transformer and the electrical infrastructure that area has, or the environment has, to be able to carry the
required supply.
Required supply of light. It doesn't have to do with the building or the posh and bougie building around. No, that is not what she was trying to say right there. She's talking about the amount of, or the equipment, electrical equipment that could carry that voltage of light. So that to avoid power surge. That's why in some areas we have power surge and all, because they have the amount of light that is not required.
Yes, thank you very well, Emanuela, because what I was trying to say is not in the kind of environment. It's not about buildings. It is about the infrastructure that is available in a particular locality. That's what I said. And if you people are having a problem of on the supply of electricity, the appropriate thing or the right thing for you to do is to write a complaint to the nearest business unit, so that the issue will be looked into. Because based on the tariff band classification, there is no tariff band classification. I heard Inkem say that they don't even enjoy supply of electricity for an hour, uninterrupted 1 hour supply. That is a bad situation. And I'm sure that even the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company is listening. What you need to do is to write a complaint to Abuja Electricity Distribution Company and inform them about you inform them about the lack of supply of electricity in that location.
Okay, let's take more calls. I'm sure Christopher and Kem is okay with this reply now. Hello? Hello? Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay. My name is Chooks, Mr. Chooks.
All right, Chooks.
Yeah, I'm calling from Asaba,
All
Delta
right.
State.
Okay, yes, you called before. Chooks, this is Prosumer's Forum. It's not a Brekete family program. I'm sure you want to speak with the Ordinary Ahmed.
Sorry?
Do you want to speak with Ordinary President?
I actually want to get onto the Brexter family, please.
All right, yes. Call back tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. That's when the program...
7:30 a.m.
Yes, that's when the program is airing.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there any way you can help me, help me forward my complaint? Because as a matter of fact, I've been trying to...
Chooks, can you hear me? Hello, Chooks.
Reach...
All right, this is another program, Chooks. 08188891011. This is Prosumer's Forum with the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, and this is supported by MacArthur Foundation. And we have Bridget Etim here representing FCCPC right here to answer all your complaints on electricity. And of course, you can ask any question, but today we're talking about billing and other electricity issues bothering consumers. Okay, hello.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Please, this is Christopher. I'm calling back.
Okay, Christopher.
I'm not really disturbing. Most of the times I call on those programs, I call because of my community.
Okay.
I never call concerning my personal business. So let me not look as if I'm disturbing the program. I want to tell Madam Bridget that we have escalated the complaint, and they fail to do anything. Now, when we complained the other time, the supply of light like 2 hours, 3 hours before the thing went off again. And they are telling us that we should go and buy prepaid meters. So we went, even me personally, I went to get prepaid meters. It wasn't easy for me. And now people that are having prepaid meter, now the light cannot even power the meter. We cannot power the meter. And we have a new brand transformer. 33 kVA that they fix for us. The light cannot power the meter. And then when I went to the NEPA office, I complained. They said that our uprising is we need to buy uprise. I don't know which one is uprise. I asked them, is this we that it is the uprising? Is this AEDC that's supposed to do it? They refuse to give me answer. So now we are having even when they bring that light, it's too low. Those people that have a prepaid meter cannot even access the light. So we that don't have prepaid meter, they will be giving us 15,000 naira. Upon say we are suffering on this, and they are still billing us 15,000. The person that they gave 7,000 will be celebrated. Hey, thank God they gave me 7,000 today. I said, look at you, don't know what you are doing. How will they never give you 7,000 and you are celebrating? They said that I paid 15,000 last month. So that is the condition we are in that my community now. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Christopher and Kem.
Okay, thankfully, Christopher and Kem, you are a regular listener of this program. I know you know what you're supposed to do, but in case you have forgotten what you're supposed to do, is when you complain to Abuja Electricity Distribution Company or any distribution company for that matter, and they don't do anything concerning your complaint, you can escalate it to the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. You can do that by visiting our office physically, located at number 23 Jimmy Carter Street at Sokoru, or you can send us an email via contact@fccpc.gov.ng.
Or
you can call our dedicated electricity phone number, which is 081 1987 7785, or you can better still visit our website, which is www.fccpc.gov.ng, and file a complaint.
Okay, you've heard that, Christopher and Kem. I'm sure that your issues will be resolved in no time. 08188891011. Still taking calls. This is a Prosumer's Forum on Human Rights Radio and Television, and of course today we're here with Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, and we are talking about billing and other electricity issues bothering consumers. And we have a lot of questions that we asked earlier, and Bridget answered most of them, all of them.
I really would have loved to know the one I couldn't answer.
She answered all of them. The way she just looked at me. All right, 08188891011. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning.
Yes, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay.
Tell us your name and where you're calling us from. Hello?
That's why I called to
Hello? We lost that call. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Please move away from your radio.
Thank you. Please, I want the person you invite
Tell us your name. Tell
enlighten
us your name and where you're calling
about
from.
the notable of that radio.
Hello? Tell us your name and where
Hello,
you're
are you
calling
hearing
from.
me?
Yes, what is your name?
My name is Yerima Jonathan.
Yerima, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Bori Area Council.
Okay, go ahead. What's your complaint?
Bori. I want to, have more light. You know that these people that they used to come out to check meters to see what is happening. So I want your guest to help us in light. That we allow them to check, and what are the things that we will not allow them to check. Please, I want more, light there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If I get his question correctly, I think he's asking for people who are authorized to check the meter and people who are not authorized to check the meter.
Okay, you mean the officials of Abuja Electricity Distribution Company who come on routine inspection of meters, okay? Yes, before anybody will even do anything in your premises, the person has to provide a form of identification. Once they provide you with a form of identification that they have come to carry out inspection, you can allow them to check your meter, because in the first place, that I hope consumers know that the meter is actually the property of the distribution companies. So when they come to your premises, they should be able to show you a form of identification and let them introduce themselves.
Okay, I'm sure Mr. Ayurima, you heard that. 08188891011, the number to call. Hello, good morning to you. Hello? Hello? All right, we lost that call. 08188891011. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Ernest. I'm calling from Kabusa.
Ernest, you're welcome on the program.
I want to ask if it is proper for a compound, irrespective of the number of the rooms, to be big double bill because of the size of the compound.
To pay double bill?
Yes.
Okay.
We have one step down. But we are receiving two bills every month. 21,224 naira.
Okay.
Well,
We have one step down.
Mr. Ernest, I don't know whether it is from inception that the compound was given two accounts.
No.
Was it, or how did it happen?
The man that was sharing the bill, he even wanted to bring three. We protested and rejected it. Before he said we must collect two. I have been to the nearest labor office in Kabusa. They say it's because the compound is big. That's why we are being too big.
Okay, that's fine. What you need to do, you will need to continue with this conversation even after this program. You can reach out to the FCCPC on our dedicated electricity phone number, which is 081 1987 7785. We are going to we'll guide you on what to do so that the issue will be escalated to the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company.
All right, let's talk about your address and your website and how people can get to you, because our time is fast spent and I'm afraid we cannot take any more calls. So this is the point where we wrap up and let them have the number that they can, get to you and your social media handles.
If you want to interact with us on our social media platform, the information is the same for Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, which is at FCCPC Nigeria. Reach out to us and interact with us on our social media platform at FCCPC Nigeria. And then if you want to call us, you can call us on our electricity dedicated phone number to complain about your electricity issues, which is 081 1987 7785. And then if you want to visit our website, which is you can do that, which is www.fccpc.gov.ng. And then if you want to send us a complaint, you can also send it to us on our email address, which is contact@fccpc.gov.ng. And if you want to visit us physically to file in a complaint, our office is located at number 23 Jimmy Carter Street, Asokoro.
All right, thank you so much, Bridget, for always taking our time to educate us. We appreciate you, and you're always welcome.
Oh, thank you so much, Manuela. It will always be my delight to do that. And on this final note, I just wanted to say to the distribution companies to ensure that they are always accountable in dealing with consumers, and they should ensure that they are always transparent in whatever kind of services they are providing to consumers. And this must be done in line with the regulation that is provided in the electricity sector.
All right, you've heard her. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for watching also. Thank you for calling and participating on the program. We appreciate you. And this is where we draw the line for today's edition. And remember, this program, Prosumer's Forum, this edition, of course, with the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, is supported by MacArthur Foundation. And see you guys next week, Monday, same time, same station. My name is Emanuela Amarachi Kenneth. Stay tuned for the live news update at 12 p.m. Bye for now.